My space buns are forever uneven. It'll be fine. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bindi, and here on this channel we practice flexibility of the mind, the body, and the spirit. So we're going to talk about this change in video format at the end of the video. So if you care about that stuff, wait until later. But I want to get right into the point of today's video. So in order for today's video to make sense, we have to very quickly visit the law of attraction, revisit the original meaning of it. So we know that all of our bodies hold a very specific energy, a very specific vibrational energy. And this energy is determined by the thoughts that we think. So the quality of the thoughts that we think determine the energy that's running through our bodies. So you can be the nicest person in the world, but that doesn't mean you have a high vibration if you're not nice to yourself. You know, you can be the meanest person in the world. You can not like other people, not like yourself, and just have a miserable existence, but you can still be able to get your vibration high. Like, let's say if you have a good job and you're putting value into the world. There are different ways to raise and lower your vibration, but here on this channel, we want to really become scientists with this process and play with different actions to really learn about ourselves and learn how we can hold a higher vibration. Because when we hold a higher vibration, we attract higher vibrational experiences. I think that what a lot of people are missing when they think about the law of attraction and when they think about holding a high vibration is that how you feel is so important. How you feel is the answer to everything. I was talking to a close friend of mine, really explaining the law of attraction to her, and she watches the channel, so boo, you were at my house last Sunday. We had brunch. It was wonderful. I'm talking about you. But she was saying that she knows how it feels when she's anxious. She knows how it feels when she has lower vibrational emotions in her body. But when it comes to the higher vibrational emotions, she's not as familiar with what those emotions feel like. So even she can call lower vibrational experiences into her life by remembering what sadness and fatigue and frustration and hopelessness feels like. But she feels like there's a little bit more difficulty when embodying happiness, when embodying joy, when embodying excitement, when embodying faith. So, in my opinion, when it comes to the law of attraction, one of our biggest jobs is understanding how higher vibrational feelings feel in our body. So, you might be wondering to yourself, okay, I know how lower vibrational emotions feel, but how do I become familiar with higher vibrational feelings? Well, there are a lot of exercises that you can do to learn how to feel higher vibrational emotions within your body. We talk about scripting a lot on this channel, but there are even simpler ways. For example, I have this list on my desk and it says facts, and I will read it to you. Has 3 facts about my life on it, and whenever I read this list to myself, it kind of helps me become present and remember that whatever is on my mind that's lowering my vibration may not serve me as much as I'm convincing myself that it serves me in the moment. So the first item on this list is I make amazing videos, because sometimes I feel like I don't, and then I want to give up, and then my vibration's like super low because none of that is in alignment with me, my greatness, or my life purpose. Second, my husband is awesome, because when the whole world is falling apart, sometimes it feels good to remember that I have a husband and he's great and I'm really happy in my marriage, and at the end of the day, that's my foundation. And the very last item is I feel better when I don't take things too seriously. I know that my friends with social anxiety can probably relate to this, but we can have the tendency to ruminate, right? So if I tell myself that I feel better when I don't take things too seriously, that can stop me from overanalyzing situations or holding on to something for too long, because that can lower my vibration. So maybe keeping a list around your house that reminds you of 3 things that make you happy, 3 things that are guaranteed to raise your vibration. My little sweetie was kind enough to let me film that for you guys. So I think I'm gonna give him like 3 cookies and let him watch, let's see, maybe he can watch Cars today. I'm gonna put Cars on for him. I didn't poop, but I was getting some cookies. Did you poop? You pooped. I should have known. Okay, let's clean up, and then we'll clean your room, and then I'll let you watch a movie, okay? Hello, Lou. So peaceful. That was a long nap. Big stretch, big stretch. Hi, Mama. Are you ready? Clap. Okay. So we've talked about the fact that it's all about the feeling. It's all about feeling your highest sense of happiness, your highest sense of contentment, gratitude, joy. It's about feeling that in your heart and holding it. It's about feeling that in your body and holding it for as long as possible. For as long as possible. And this is when we get to the power of personal choice. A lot of individuals do not realize that they have a certain level of choice when it comes to how they move throughout their daily lives, how they move throughout their days. When something happens to you during the day, you have the choice to react in a spectrum of ways. How you react is up to you. But because we're in a society that benefits off of us perceiving ourselves as victims, we have learned that if we blame someone else or if we perceive that the situation is so much bigger than us, we find comfort in that. We find comfort in feeling helpless. So learning how to identify when you're feeling helpless as opposed to observing a situation and understanding where you have the ability to make a choice. The law of attraction is not magic. It is not a magic wand. But if you adopt a victim mentality in a situation, you are going to attract more situations where you can feel like a victim, not because this is something that magically happens, but because subconsciously, because you see yourself as a victim, you are making choices and you are thinking thoughts that are perpetuating the lifestyle of a victim. I think that one of my favorite facts of life, one of the things that changed my perception so much when I first started studying the law of attraction is understanding that every thought that I think does not belong to me. Every thought that you think is not necessarily yours. A lot of thoughts that are in our mind are simply there because of conditioning. They're thoughts that our parents told us, thoughts that our teachers told us, some random movie we watched when we were 5, some random show that we loved when we were little kids that had messages in it. We've learned so much in our childhoods. And as adults, those same lessons are replaying over and over. And some of these lessons serve us and some of them don't. So as adults, it's our responsibility to make sure that when we think something, we know I'm claiming this thought or this thought doesn't serve me. It's just conditioned. It's in my mind because it's conditioned to be there, but I do not claim this thought as a part of my personality. If you understand that your vibration is a choice, you have taken back all of your power as you move throughout your life. Now you are allowing yourself to focus on the events that you experience on a daily basis, and you are giving yourself the option to choose to align with the higher vibrational experiences that you want to have, or you can choose to be emotionally controlled by this world. It's funny, when my mom and I first moved down here, she was really in the church. She was very Christian. I'll put it that way. Grandma Mimi was very Christian. And one thing she used to say to me all the time was, Dominique, do not be of this world. And the older I get, the more I understand that. The more I research and study law of attraction, the more I understand that. You know, the importance of life, the importance of everything that we experience in the world is so that we can strengthen and understand our inner world even better. Our inner world is 100 times more significant than our outer world. Our outer world is just here to teach us. Our outer world is just here to demonstrate. But we are not to be controlled, especially emotionally, by this outer world. If you've maintained the mental habit of believing that every thought that is swirling around your mind belongs to you, you may find that you have been repeating cycles over and over and over again in your life. Cycles that you wish that you could escape, but you don't really know how. So once you gain your personal power back over the intrusive thoughts that enter your mind, you're able to make more conscious decisions about how you want to think, how you want to act in the world. And that brings me to the solution. So let's say that because of your lack of understanding how the mind works, before you were choosing to listen to every thought in your mind. So every thought that came up would take you down a rabbit hole. Every thought that came up would take you out of your body. You were lost. You didn't really know who you were because you had so many conflicting thoughts in your mind. Let's talk about the solution. The solution is going to be staying present and listening to the thoughts as they come. Because when you listen to the thoughts as they occur, you're able to say, this is my thought, this is conditioning. This is my thought, this is conditioning. And when you learn how to do that, you're able to expand. Because with law of attraction, every time you think thoughts of a certain vibration, it becomes easier for your mind to continue to think thoughts of that same vibration. So if you are having a rough day and you begin to think about how you're not going to be able to pay your rent, then you're going to start thinking about how you're not going to be able to pay your car note. Then you're going to start thinking about all the other times that you haven't been able to pay bills. Then you're going to start thinking about all the other people who have money instead of you. And it'll just be a rabbit hole of scarcity mindset, right? We want to learn how to do that with positive thinking. We want to be our own positive reinforcement. By being your own positive reinforcement, you're going to be able to expand. If you're not pulling your manifestation into your reality at this moment, this is the solution. If you don't feel connected to your manifestation, if there's not a knowing in your heart that it's on its way, this is the solution. Being present and making the conscious choice to choose the thought with a higher vibration. Choose the thought, choose the action that is going to make you happier. Okay, the only time that we choose to not choose the thought that will make us happier or to choose the action that will make us happier is our ego, when our ego interferes. For example, everyone who argues with people on the internet, whenever you have a belief, that is your belief. If another person says, I don't agree with you, then it's your choice to argue with them. It's your choice to say, I have to defend myself. I have to tell this person what I think. That is a choice. But by making that choice, you are now putting this chemistry in your body that you are holding the vibration of a person who has to defend themselves, a person who needs validation from others. But if you made the choice to have your own belief and let that person have their own belief, you've maintained your peace. That is a choice, and it's a wonderful choice. So learning how to make the choices to think, act, speak from a place of wanting to raise your vibration, choosing your thoughts so specifically, really listening to everything that's going on upstairs and kind of like making a buffet plate of the thoughts that remind you of the person that you are becoming, not the person that you were. What this ultimately does is it teaches you to see every situation in your life from a higher perspective. If you've been studying law of attraction for a while, or just any type of spirituality where you learn to turn off your ego, then you know what I'm talking about. Whenever anything happens in our personal lives, we have the choice to see it from a higher perspective as opposed to becoming emotional. The more you practice seeing your situation and your life events from a higher perspective, choosing to have faith, choosing to say this will pass, choosing to not let the body become overcome with fear, the more that you choose to see from a higher perspective, the easier it will be to expand. And even better, you will be maturing. Every time you choose to not argue, every time you choose to not compare yourself to the next person, every time you choose to not be so hard on yourself, every time you choose to see from a higher perspective, you're becoming more mature. And that maturity is preparing you for the very thing that you are manifesting. It is turning you into the person capable of maintaining that manifestation. Make the choice that's best for you, not for others' eyes, not for others' opinions. No, make the choice that is best for you and your peace, and you'll be a-okay. All right, so that was today's video. I'm sure you've noticed that this video is way different from any video that I've ever made. I don't know whenever I'll be able to like actually sit down and film for 20 minutes again. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do that, like getting out my lighting, setting up the camera and everything. I don't know. And I don't want to leave YouTube. I don't want to be away from YouTube for too long because it's my passion, and anyone with kids knows that when you have children, when you get married, personally, I feel like we have to nurture ourselves and pour into ourselves so that we can have the energy to pour into our families and into our husbands and so on and so forth. So YouTube is what I use to refill my cup. So if I'm away for too long, I start to feel like I'm disconnected from my own purpose. So I'm never ever going to stop doing YouTube, but videos may change, schedule may change. Just thank you as my community. I just want to say thank you for being so supportive of me, of my family. I am grateful for you, and I'm excited to experiment with videos so that I can continue to bring you content. So continue to practice that flexibility of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as making sure that you are subscribed to this channel so that you can be around when I come out with new videos. Make sure that you click the notification bell so that you can be alerted when I make new videos, because I don't know, sometimes YouTube doesn't tell people. Apparently that's a thing. I don't know. If anything in this video stood out to you or really made you say, this could help me be better, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what part of the video really spoke to you, what really resonated with you. And last but not least, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up so that other people on the internet know that this video is valuable. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.